One of my favorite tools for day trading, and especially for context at the first 5 minutes of the start of a trading session, is the opening range. The way I use this opening range, and it's highlighted here on the chart as you could see, is once the price opens, I take the high and the low of the opening range within the first 5 minutes, and that to me gives me context for the rest of the trading day. So how do I use it? In today's example right here, you could see that the opening range was from 72 3/4 up until 84 half. That's a 12.5 point range, and it's not as wide as you would expect. It's right around the average. If the range was to be greater, say 20 points or more, I would expect to have a more volatile day. And if it's something less than 10, I would expect to have more of a consolidation day. So the first way to use it is to find out if you're looking at a volatility or a contraction type of trading session. And the first 5 minutes is usually pretty indicative of that with the 5 OR. The next thing I like to see is how price action reacts to it. The first clean break that we get of this opening range and retest gives us a pretty good trading opportunity in the direction of that retest. But what's more important for me in the context of the day is, will the opening range act as support or will we break below it? On days where we go above the open range and retest it and then break below it to the downside, that tends to be a trend day in the direction of the reversal. So the same would be true for the downside. If we opened bearish, retested, but we couldn't hold and we broke above, this would turn into a bullish day. So this is a really good way of showing me the early on bias and any transitions in the bias based on the 5 minutes of price action. Now here's another example of an opening range that was pretty tight and contracted, just above 5 points, expecting to see a range day. Then we see a breakout that failed and it broke back to the opposite side, which did transition to a downside day and a continuation lower. And obviously one of the last ways to use it is as a standalone trading strategy. I have used it in the past, but just by itself like this, it's probably around a 50% win rate. There are ways to filter and make it stronger, but I prefer to use it more for information than as a standalone trading strategy. So again, this is one of the more powerful ways that I use it for context early on in the session, and I love the 5-minute opening range as a piece of information in my daily trading toolbox. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe to our channel because we have more great content coming your way. Thanks for watching and have a great day.